so unpredictable.
I'd never done anything like this.
Roller coaster ride in the dark.
That scene alone is gonna bother a lot of people.
No one lives. When I get the script, the writer, Dave Cohen, he printed this title, No One Lives, very big. No one lives. And that's very unusual in a Hollywood script. I just loved it. So I already liked the first page, even before opening the first page. And when I started reading it, I loved every single page, every single line of this script. I called my manager and said, I want to do this movie no matter what.
My partner is Elton Brand. Most people wouldn't know this about him, but he's an incredibly creative man and a real friend to independent film.
Yeah, it's a big transition, you know, from college, Duke. A lot of people know me from them. Then I'm playing in NBA, and the transition was when I was living in LA. And I kind of caught the bug.
He's a very bright, smart guy that understands, you know, story and structure and what works and what doesn't.
What really made me want to make the movie, you know, I felt we could kind of contain it. You know, we didn't need a lot of places to go. You know, on the road, in the streets, a house.
We have to leave now!
Also, the feeling that I got when I read it, it's like, I wish I could see this. I wish I could be there, because this is an amazing story.
Roll, please!
I was thinking a lot about horror movies, and I thought, what if I was able to make a bad guy a hero? And out of that idea came the idea of a serial killer who could actually be our hero.
Enlighten me, please.
Some really crazy things I've never seen before in movies. I think every death scene is unique. It's not really a cheap death. All the murders are pretty equal. The girls get it just as bad as the guys. So equal rights on this set. Everyone dies horribly, which is, I think, different.
Yeah. All right, Eddie, bring in the blood.
Oh my goodness, there is so much blood in this film.
All right, here comes Lake Pontchartrain blood. Don't be scared.
I've been covered in blood since day 2. You know, we're on day 20.
Right about there.
It just seems like we just keep putting more and more and more on.
Gallons of the stuff. It's everywhere. It's disgusting, especially when your armpits start to dry out and you can't lift your arms because it's so sticky.
It needs its own director chair. Blood in it. Plenty of blood. Backup blood.
Big thing.
I'm gonna need my ring cleaned.
One, action!
You even look great with blood all over you.
Thank you. This is what I'm being told.
Ruined.
Oh, crap.
No.
See, they all say I look good, but nobody wants to touch me.
When you're making as much blood as we made for No One Lives, which is probably in the 25-gallon range, more than likely you're doing what we did, which is going to Walmart and buying tubs of Karo syrup and food coloring and making the blood yourself.
Blood in.
But they have different forms of it. So there's like sticky blood, coagulated blood, gloopy blood, blood with bits of organ in it, runny blood, blood for the mouth, blood for the eyes.
There just can't be enough blood for you.
Rob, the pressure is strong enough. That's a leak. I'm talking about the splash.
Yeah, I know.
Every single day I'm shouting, more blood, more blood. I mean, what's wrong with you guys? I mean, is my English is not good enough? I'm asking simple things, more blood. I wanted this scene to be extremely shocking and disturbing.
4, 5, 6.
So the blood wasn't enough. On the second take, I asked tons of blood, but still it wasn't enough. I knew that I have to come back and do this again. What I wanted is the blood hits the daddy and the blood covers the window and hit the wife. I told the special effect guy to aim at mommy's face. Just shoot her with the blood.
Oh, you're a bloody mess.
It was shocking for them, and it turned out great, and they did great.
General look and feel of all the makeup effects is cool for a guy like me who's a fan of the 80s horror stuff.
Nice.
Yuhei wanted to do as much of the makeup effects in camera, which means, you know, it's more on my territory than it is in the digital world.
When it's action, then the blood starts to come out. Action, beat.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Action! 3, 2, 1, fire!
You know, we're going back to a way that the stuff was really invented, and they didn't have digital in the early 80s when they did these kind of movies. They relied on a bunch of takes and guys sitting there squirting blood, and that's kind of what we're doing, so it's a little bit more work. Whatever the easiest way to do things most of the time, that's how we wanted to do it.
Going old school. This is like Friday the 13th, the 81 style.
How they would have approached in the 80s if it means, you know, cutting a hole in a bed and set dressing and putting Denny's body through it. That's an old school way of doing it. You'd probably never do that on a film these days.
I have an itch.
Yeah.
It's a huge challenge, but I like that approach. I was pretty happy with the way the skin suit turned out. It's one of the featured moments for us in the script, and I have a feeling that it's gonna be the thing that people talk about and ask me about.
That was the moment I decided to do this movie. Oh man, this is the craziest idea I ever read. I mean, somebody coming out, what?
The scene where Driver comes out of Ethan's body was tricky on a lot of levels. On the page, we wondered, could we pull it off? We wondered, could the audience suspend belief that this could actually happen? And how would he get into this body? And then how would he exit the body?
So most of the time, the simple thing is the best. So I came up with this idea, it was just, let's make this big fake body.
It's Brodus. They made an entire body of Brodus.
A few times I tried to wake him up, and legitimately was like, come on, man, like, please.
I mean, oh my gosh, they're just lying outside the special effects trailer, and every time I walk past, I yelp because it's like this enormous skin just sitting there.
I saw it laying there the other day. As I'm walking up, I was like, wow, it looks so real. And then when I got up next to it, I was like gonna smack it in the face and say something funny. I was afraid it was gonna be like touching a dead body, and I was like, I literally got like the creepies. I was like, oh, I didn't want to touch it.
My job is to come up with this idea. Then it's Rob Hall's job. You make the suit. And he did great. That was the best fake body I ever seen.
The skin suit is made out of the silicone rubber, and they all have to be photorealistic. And we start with a silicone head, and then we have to painstakingly take a needle and punch in each of those hairs and then shave it. And then painstakingly airbrush, you know, every little detail, all the beard stubble, all the little capillaries, all that stuff is painstakingly airbrushed. And then sent out here, and then no matter how close you get it in the studio, there's always, oh wow, you've been in the sun, and so you're darker, and so we have to make it match a little bit better, and you always have to do a little paint work out here.
When I first got chosen for the movie, so we're gonna fly out to LA and we're gonna fit you for a cast. And cast, I thought, was being part of the movie. I didn't know that they meant an actual cast.
It's the most claustrophobic, torturous feeling because you're covered and you have two little slits right here for your nose to breathe, and your whole head feels compacted.
You have to do a cast of him, and he has to make a certain expression that we sign off on, and then we have to do teeth for him that get put into the dummy later. We have to do his entire arms as separate pieces and his hands as separate pieces, put all that stuff together in clay, and then make, you know, molds off of that. And so he spent a good long time with us. And then we had some prep time. We had a few weeks before it had to be shipped to the set.
Then it's all done, and I left, and then one day I walked in the makeup, and I was like, what? I'm here already. You wouldn't have known the difference with the exception of the dead look on his face.
That was a great scene already in the script, but how are we gonna shoot this?
There was a lot of anxiety because what sounds great on paper, executing is not always as easy. And so we didn't know how the bodysuit was going to react and for it not to look clumsy.
If you had any questions whether or not our killer was somebody to be reckoned with, he climbs out of a human body.
We found out a few things with it. It's pretty heavy.
Try to sit up really straight, okay? And 3, 2, 1, sit up.
You know, much like when you're doing sit-ups,
Sitting up.
it's easier if someone holds your feet.
And coming out.
I had to put weights on my feet so that I could do a sit-up because I was top heavy.
I'm putting a sandbag over your foot. Tell me if this one's too heavy.
Sandbags over there. Yeah, that's a good thing you work out your abs.
Luke has been really excited to be inside of this thing. He's like a kid.
How's the breathing in there?
It's horrible. Extreme sports, but this is
a little ridiculous.
Are you ready? Because this is really good, not nice. It stinks as well.
He was covered head to toe in blood. I'm not sure how excited he is now.
All right, you ready?
I'm pretty sure that Luke Evans was very uncomfortable with all this jelly and blood all over his body, but he did great.
Oh my good God.
Are we doing the back too? You want the back too?
Look at this. Oh my God, this is amazing. Look at that. Oh God, it's not out of my head.
That's super slime.
That's
You know, that's the shot. That's the scene people will remember when they talk about No One Lives.
action! Hi, Phil. It was like being inside someone's body. It was disgusting. With his intestines falling all over me.
It was very close to what Yuhei described to me that he wanted, and it was very true to what was written. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it.
That's disturbing, isn't it?
I'm very concerned about his well-being. I want to know where he's going after this. Is he gonna keep working? Is he gonna be the official dead guy and maybe a couple other movies? He's too creepy to have in my house. But then again, if any of us been on a bad date, he would be awesome just to leave there and you could just play an tape and they would not know the difference, you know, because he's
Action car!
My job and my stunt coordinator, Chris' job, our job is to do something dangerous in safety way.
Action!
We ended up casting the Emma character at the very last minute.
No, the first day was insane. I'd come on board very late in this film and was called on the Thursday, arrived on Saturday, and I was shooting Monday.
That's when first time I met her, and next day I was like, I have to put you in the woods, running all day and hang you upside down.
We're gonna take her up, folks. Anybody not ready?
Even though you're the nicest person, you turn somebody upside down for more than 5 minutes. they're like so angry, so bad mood, and they're about to bite you.
And let go of the tree and she'll swing towards it.
There you go. Give her one more, Chris. Let her go.
Hold on.
Pull her.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I mean, it was really unexpected because I thought all the blood would rush to my head. And so I was like prepared for that, you know, no, it's fine. But then really the pressure goes to your feet.
What we used is an ankle harness. You got to put it on tight. It actually cuts the circulation off to your foot. Because if it's not on tight, it can, slip off and get you up there and drop you.
It's just so strange because you're upside down and you can hear one man at the end of the rope going, "Do I drop her?" You know, and the other guy's going, "No, no, 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 no." And he's like, "What? No, what?" And I'm like, "Did he hear? Did he hear? Don't drop me."
She was a great sport because that ankle cuff thing is miserable for anybody. I don't care if they're man, woman, or child, big or small, that is uncomfortable, just bottom line.
I was definitely, you know, thrown into the deep end.
All right, smoke off. Let's take him up.
The wood chipper was something that Lee Tergesen was very apprehensive about.
This scene is totally different because it's a long dialogue.
I thought you were going to help me get things back to the way they were. Can you do that? Turn back time?
No. Lee is the nicest person, but of course, again, if you put himself upside down, he's not the nicest person. I told Chris, just make him somehow less uncomfortable because I still need to, you know, bring out his performance.
Better, less pain, that, you know, upside
This
down.
is less pain, yeah.
Less pain.
Like this.
Yeah.
Then I think this is the way to go.
To be up there at this like a 4-page scene.
How many are in the house? Do your math, quick.
5. There's 5.
And we got a time of where he started to feel like, oh my God, I don't dig this anymore. His time was 3:24.
You know, and then you Google hanging upside down, and you hear some guy like, you know, blood in the brain or something. I don't know.
Lee was a real trooper with it. He hated every minute of it.
Let's go, let's go! You want to get a top mark too, right?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on.
The hero one. No. Ready and shut the fuck up! Action!
It's obvious he was in a bad mood. I didn't write the script that it says it's upside down, so I had to do it.
You laugh because you can't believe what's come off the page is as accurately portrayed when it actually is done for real.
Slowly the brain starts, you know, bang, 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 and then you can't remember your line and you're upside down and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna die up here. Anyway. Woo!
Yeah.
No, an action of waking up.
Yes.
The first couple times you do it, you have a good amount of stamina in the beginning. The last few times I was going up there, it was immediately uncomfortable, but I ended up with like a headache and I was sort of nauseous at the end.
This one shot, tight shot over Lee to Luke, is like one of my favorite shots of the entire movie. It's so intense because Lee was intense. He was very uncomfortable, so he was angry.
Your best? Fuck you. Because
The emotion going on between Driver and Lee was the great shot.
Hello, what's up? How you doing? I'm WWE superstar, the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay.
Funky up in here.
I bring the funk, and I'm internationally known for my dance moves, but don't let that fool you. I can lay a path of destruction like you've never seen. You dig? I always wanted to do something like this. You know, they're like, hey, Brodus, we have a project. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he's like, I didn't tell you what it was. I was like, I'll do it. And he's like, okay, well, it's a horror movie.
Where are we?
Last place on Earth.
Ethan is played by Brodus Clay, the biggest man ever. I met him and I was just like, hello.
He's a giant.
Brodus was a blast to work with. I think it's the beginning of his acting career.
This is the first movie that Brodus has ever done. Maybe the first day, he had a little bit of those butterflies, but after that, he was just a pro.
This is exactly what you don't wear when you're in the heat. You do not wear a hot ass chain and hot gold and tight Lee jeans. This is not summer attire at all.
We realized that he was a super funny guy. And everything he says is funny.
Look at that. Looks like a geometry test. See the isosceles triangles you have to find for X? Ethan's more of a thinker, not much of a vocal guy. Doesn't really say a whole lot. He says what he means and he means what he says.
No talking sweetness.
I wish he would ask some more questions. Maybe Ethan would still be here with us if we asked a question or two.
You're dead, fucker. The gas station fighting sequence is very important because that's the first time we reveal who this mysterious guy driver is.
He's fighting somebody who's like nearly 7 foot tall and weighs 3 times as much as I do. You know, this guy's ominous to anyone.
He's cutting here and he's not there, and then he cuts there and he's not there. And then when he goes for the third one, boom, he blocks it, but he's using the handcuffs as a weapon.
I got him right where I want him now.
Yeah.
I mean, this second half is where I'm going to come
He's gonna
back.
be inside your body soon.
He whooped me pretty bad. I don't think I got anything in.
And it's just funny, because he has to walk the streets. And, you know, this little guy, Luke Evans, took out Brodus Clay.
Apparently he knew karate. He didn't disclose that before the fight. Would have changed my style significantly.
He's a dirty fighter, so I'll probably get like sympathy from the audience. They'll forget that like I kidnapped a girl and was about to cut her throat. He like hits me in the nuts twice.
Poor Brodus took a lot of shots to the family jewels that night. It was covered in like 44 different setups.
If I could just get hit in the nuts one more time tonight, it'd be so awesome. Being a sports entertainer, we're a little tougher than the average actor. So I was like, just have him kick me. You know, it's no problem.
So you don't mind if I give it the full?
Fucking kick me.
And then continue the scene in this direction.
What's the worst that happen? I fall down and I look hurt?
Yeah, and then you just say,
which is what I'm supposed to be doing.
You won't have to.
I won't snap, put you through the wall, I promise. And, you know, 1 through 20 really wasn't a problem. 20 through 30 started getting a little rough.
At this point, I got nothing left. I'm beaten.
Director Yuhei, I'm actually a fan of his. He did my favorite Godzilla movie, which is Godzilla Final Wars, which was on my iPod. So when we met that day, we didn't talk much about the movie. We talked about Godzilla.
Action sequence and action movie I made when I was in Japan brought me all the way here.
When Roohei describes his visual style, he's very physical about it. He becomes the camera. And I think when he's talking about fight scenes, he also embodies all the characters at once.
There's a line.
Yuhei doesn't want to repeat anything he's done or some other director has done, and he just wants to raise the bar.
Flash. My filmmaking style is, I hate to be going easy way.
Not really what I want.
I'm the one come up with this crazy idea and give torture to my crew. I don't accept it's difficult. That's not my style.
I need some action of driver.
I know it's difficult. If it's easy, why am I doing this? I came all the way from Japan to make this movie, right?
The gun, turn around. Try to push him. Yeah, that's, yes. Yes.
And that's dialogue?
I'm looking. No dialogue, no dialogue.
Okay.
And then you go for the gun. That's what.
I see.
Yeah.
If you want to go easy way, just don't do movie with me because I'm not like that. The junkyard fight was very challenging.
Just sort of like a car maze.
In the end, it is a fight between driver and this another ultimate evil win. Climax is the most important part. I gave a hard time to my stunt coordinator, Chris. He came up with the idea, and I said, no, I don't like it. And he tried something else, and I said, I don't like it.
Anybody of you guys know something better than that? Don't you want the armbar? No, I like it, but there's got to be some little more, what part more unique, the armbar?
Roohei and I had to go through that fight. We're just brainstorming, and it gets bigger and bigger as Roohei's mind goes crazy.
How about this? I bring him down, I go like this, I do a triangle choke. Right? Triangle choke. That's closer, but what I'm talking about is something more unique. Because something that we haven't seen that often.
I was fighting with Chris. No, this is what I want. This is what I want.
That's what I like. I want more.
Finally, I said, yes, I like it. It was like the day before we started shooting. So I gave a lot of pressure on Chris.
More like boom, boom. Not like that.
You try to understand what they want within the director's vision.
Not like that. More like that.
I've been telling Chris that, no, you're going to do the best job. And this is going to be my best action sequence. This is not an action movie, but if I do the action sequence, it has to be best.
I've never met a director that fought for a picture as much as this guy does.
The fun part of the filmmaking is you can experience something you can't experience in real life. So I'm not that interested in doing, ordinary people love affair or something, because I prefer to do that in my life than make movie of it, right? Maybe when I get old, but for now, the fun part of the movie making is the fantasy for 90 minutes, 2 hours.
Having the movie finished, that's the best feeling for me. You take something from a script, which is some paper, and you see it coming to fruition. I feel good when I see that happen.
Faster dolly. It's a really special project for me because we started from the beginning. It's so gratifying having watched this thing unfold.
My intention in writing this film was to create a character that audiences want to come back to. So what I'm hoping is they're so in love with this character that they kind of shouldn't be in love with, then they'll come back for more and more and more of Driver.
I think audiences will enjoy this movie because there is no good guy. It doesn't wrap up with a little bow at the end.
I hope audiences check out for a little bit and watch some cool deaths and forget about their own problems for a little bit and squirm a little bit and think that we're all sick bastards. That's really what I want.
You'll be in suspense, you'll be excited, you'll be confused at how twisted this type of love is, and I think you'll yelp and scream a lot.
Go!
I would like this movie to be remembered as just going for it.
As a good piece of horror classic.
To be seen as beautiful and horrific at the same time, to have that dichotomy.
I'm hoping it has its own following.
I'm trying hard to make this movie to be the future classic so that audience, fans, after 10 years, 20 years, still will be talking about. And some producers doing the remake of No One Lives after 10 years, 20 years. That's the movie I want to make.